You're listening to Daily Horoscope for your zodiac sign with Stephanie Campos. I'm your host, Stephanie Campos, and I am a practicing astrologer, psychic medium, and witch. In each daily episode, I covered a detailed overview of the astrology of the day and what you can expect from full moons to Mercury retrogrades. I've got you covered. And of course, there is always a personalized horoscope for your zodiac sign. If you scroll down in the show notes, there are always timestamps included for your convenience. And a quick pro tip before we dive in, I do recommend listening to your horoscope based on your rising sign for more accuracy. And if you are loving this podcast, don't be shy, leave a rating. Hell, even a review. I'm a one human show and produce each and every episode every day just for you. And your support means so much. Now let's get into the astrology of the day. This is your daily horoscope for Friday, December 5th, 2025. The action starts out around 4 a.m. when the sun in Sagittarius forms a square with the nodes of fate and destiny at 13 degrees. This is going to feel like some sort of fated moment. Perhaps there is some sort of fated ending or beginning or a shift regarding how you see yourself and how you identify or self-express. Maybe this is a moment of recognition. And it could also feel like a fated moment of authenticity, or if you've been showing up more authentically, maybe it is starting to pay off or new opportunities and paths are showing up in front of you. Now around 6 a.m., the moon in Gemini forms an opposition with Mars in Sagittarius. This can kick up busy energy. This can kick up frustrating energy, but it can also mean you're just waking up early and you are revved up. You're ready to go. So can it be a confrontation? Sure. Could it be waking up to an annoying email or Slack message? Absolutely. But it could also just give you that fire to wake up and get going. Now around 10 a.m., the moon in Gemini forms a square with Saturn in Pisces, and we don't love this, okay? But this happens every month. We get through it. It's just more annoying energy, disappointing energy. A responsibility pops up. We thought we fixed a problem, but then it breaks, or, we don't reach the solution we thought we had, or we need to set a boundary or have a difficult conversation. The energy is just a little bit more serious, and we are focused on our commitments and our obligations. Now around 2 p.m., Mars in Sagittarius forms a trine with Chiron in Aries. Chiron is our wounded healer. It represents all of our wounds, our pain that we are constantly working on kind of for the rest of our life, right? Life is a healing journey. We're never fully healed. At least that's what I believe. And Mars is our planet of action and anger and frustration. And so this energy is actually beautiful for tapping into your sacred rage and anger, for screaming into a pillow at the top of your lungs and visualizing whatever you're holding on to somatically in your body, leaving your body through that breath and that scream, for screaming at the top of your lungs in your car if you're on the freeway. That's my favorite place to do it. And it might also bring up some wounding around self-assertion and taking action and, where you play small a little bit. But perhaps this is an opportunity to choose differently and heal. Okay, around 5 p.m., the moon in Gemini squares Neptune in Pisces. The energy's still a little sensitive, okay? So maybe you're feeling a little tender, a little raw. Maybe you are tired. It's easy to give in to projections, insecurities, to feel uncertain about what comes next. And that's how we're supposed to feel in this moment, okay? Don't force yourself to make a decision or have all of the answers. Just know the vibes are confusing. Play around with your imagination, your creativity, and focus your energy in that way and channel it in that way because it can be healing. Around 6 p.m., the moon will enter Cancer. Aries, wires can get crossed today, and it might feel like a mini Mercury retrograde moment when the moon clashes into Neptune. So this is not the best day to make important decisions, but it can be a great day to get lost in your imagination and intuition and focus on a creative project. You might also feel a little bit more sensitive to others' words today, so just be gentle with yourself as you're moving throughout your day. Taurus, you may end up sacrificing some of your time and energy into people that ultimately aren't too worthy of your precious time and resource. Maybe you hang out with someone and they're like an energy vampire and it feels more draining than normal. Or on the other hand, you could be focusing on some sort of creative project or using your intuition to make progress on one of your goals and dreams for the future. Gemini, you are the main character when the moon in your sign clashes into Neptune. And this can make you feel a little bit more glamorous than normal. Maybe people are paying attention to you. Perhaps others are taking notice of your compassion, your intuition, or even your creativity, especially when it comes to work. You may also feel like you have to make some sort of personal sacrifice today, or resist the urge of playing the martyr. Cancer, this is a really important day for you to slow down and catch up on rest when the moon clashes into Neptune. You may have some fun plans today, but it's really important to listen to your body and what it's asking of you. Catching up on rest and resisting the urge of FOMO may be necessary. It's also possible for some misunderstandings to take place today, so communication isn't going as effectively and clearly as normal, so just keep that in mind. Leo, you could be investing some of your time, energy, and resources into a hope and dream for your future when the moon clashes into Neptune. On the other hand, you could also feel a little confused about a friend or maybe certain people that you're hanging out with and associating with. And you might be left wondering, is this relationship truly reciprocal? You might also face some projections today or be the one who's projecting onto others. Virgo, you may make some sort of sacrifice in a personal relationship or at work when the moon clashes into Neptune. This can also kick up kind of an over-idealizing energy in your close relationship, so maybe you're really romanticizing the past or a current situation. And it can also kick up a little bit of paranoid thinking as well. If you are working on some sort of creative project, this could be a great time to have a brainstorming session or make progress. Libra, there could be some sort of last minute change of plans, or maybe you have to make some sort of personal sacrifice for an obligation, responsibility, or commitment that you have going on when the moon clashes into Neptune. This could also bring a little bit of confusing communication your way, so maybe wires are crossed and you mix up plans. Maybe you're running late for something. And conversations that take place today can also leave you feeling just a little bit more sensitive. Scorpio, the energy can be incredibly romantic when the moon clashes into Neptune, but it is important to remember that it's very easy to over-romanticize a person or a situation. And this can also kick up our tendency to indulge in vices or crave some sort of escapism. AKA, you could totally wind up with a hangover. So if you are partaking in drinking or any other sort of vice that could leave you feeling a little bit nauseated the next day, just remember to drink your water. Conversations that take place today can also leave you feeling a little bit more sensitive and tender, or perhaps you're just really diving deep with someone important in your life. Sagittarius, you could experience some sort of emotional revelation regarding an important person in your life when the moon clashes into Neptune. Maybe you are confronting hidden feelings or the past in some way. And interactions in some of your close one-on-one relationships can leave you feeling a little bit more sensitive, tender, nostalgic, and honestly, even a little bit confused. Capricorn, this is not the best day to have important conversations when the moon clashes into Neptune. Words are more confusing than normal and even a little bit triggering. People are not speaking with intention and clarity, and it's really easy to wind up with your foot in your mouth. You may also have to make some sort of sacrifice or change of plans. Maybe there's some sort of obligation that comes up. But on the other hand, this is a good day to use your intuition to guide your everyday decisions and inform the next steps on your path. Aquarius, this is not the best day to overswipe your credit card. You can wind up racking up a bill when the moon clashes into Neptune. It's really easy to not only overindulge today, but you may also have a tendency to crave some sort of escapism or leaning and relying on a vice. On the other hand, you could be making some sort of investment, whether it's your resources and money or your personal time and energy, and funneling that and focusing on a creative project. Pisces, you might be feeling a little bit more sensitive than normal when the moon clashes into Neptune in your sign. You could be confronting truths or buried emotions about family members or the past, old relationship dynamics. And this can leave you feeling a little bit more sensitive and tender. You may also feel called to break free from the past in some way, but first you will have to feel in order to heal. So carve out time for solitude and rest if you are moving through some sort of emotional ending or processing some big feelings. As always, I hope your daily horoscope has offered some guidance and support throughout your day. And if you can't get enough of this podcast and want more horoscopes, I invite you to join me over on Patreon, where every Sunday you gain instant access to 7 episodes of your daily horoscope for the week ahead, a weekly psychic reading, a monthly tarot spread, and a monthly meetup, which ranges from group tarot readings to group mediumship readings and circles to ask me anything about your personal birth chart. These group monthly meetups have been a real highlight over the past few months, and I am enjoying them so much. There is a link in the show notes to join. It is only $10 a month. And I hope to see you there. As always, I'm sending you love, protection, and blessings in every single dimension. Thanks so much, and see you tomorrow.